Welcome dear students. This is a guided explanation regarding how to use Ecampus ERP system. Here I am trying to explain features available on Students Portal basically. Once you connect to the ERP portal using the URL provided, you will be presented with a ERP login portal where you have to enter your login credentials. To access the ERP portal, it is suggested that use either Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox as the first preferred internet browsers, as these are found to be the most compatible browsers to work with. Now, the default login credentials required to log in would be already provided to you at the time of your registration by the institute. As the best practice, you are suggested to change your password once you logged into your ERP portal successfully. Students, on the same login window, you can see a small Remember Me checkbox. This facilitates to save your login credentials onto your personal devices. Also, there is a Lost Password button, as I am showing here, which is used to recover the password if you forget it at any point of time in the future. In order to recover that, click on the Lost Password button. It will redirect you to another page. Here, in the Select Type box, set as Student, and in the Username field, provide your ERP login ID. Then, finally click on the Recover button. A password reset link will be sent to your registered email address immediately. So students, it is very important that the email address you provide at the time of registration should be a valid one for future communication purpose. Understood? Now back to our login portal. After logging in successfully, you will be presented with your favorite dashboard. Now, let me take you to all the nitty-gritty details of the options made available for you. Now, let's get started. So, here comes the dashboard after you have logged in. Let us see what's in it. First of all, I would like to tell you one important point here. The dashboard which you are seeing here is a desktop version which is opened in my desktop PC, right? But if it is opened in a smartphone or any other devices whose display size is smaller, the look and feel of the dashboard will be different. But need not worry students, as all the features and the options are same on both the versions. I would like to show a sample how this is viewed on a mobile device, just for your reference only. Every feature is 100% same in their working. Just have a look at it while I am scrolling through. I believe you just got the idea what I wanted to convey. But my explanation will be continuing in the desktop version only, as it is quite easy to move around with explanations. Okay, without wasting any time, let me continue with the tour. Now, as you can see here, The dashboard is divided into two sections. One is on the left side and the other one is the right one, which is bigger. The left side of the dashboard contains all the necessary links. The right one is the informative section, which can be scrolled down further. At the topmost bar, you can find your name, your ERP login ID, and the program you are currently studying in. At the top, in the bigger section, there are some rectangular shaped buttons, which are known as tiles. These tiles are clickable, which shows detailed information of the particular header. I will come back to some of these important tiles later on for your better understanding. If you look little bit down, you can now see a notice board section in which important notices are posted for your reference. Here, you are advised to go through every notice carefully which are posted in your dashboard. Further down, you can see here a small notification area which also contains important information to be taken care of by every student. The next section is showing the timetable. This shows timetable of a particular week. By default, it shows timetable of the current week. In this timetable, the weekdays are horizontally set along with date, and the periods are vertically set along with the class time. As you can see here, every cell in this timetable is indicating a period. Every cell is designed in such a way that it is set to give information like subject name, subject type with its respective code, and subject faculty. The subject code may be useful in some other cases to refer. Now, let's move a little bit down. Here, you can see a gradebook section where tests, assignments of a selected course from the list can be seen along with result of evaluation. There is also a view analysis button to compare individual result with the rest of the class so that one can have an idea where he or she stands among the other students of the class. The next and the final section shows the lectures on the current date. This section is titled as Today's Lectures. As you can see here, each row indicates a period along with other information which you can easily understand. At the end of every row, under the action header, an enter button is placed, which is associated to every class on a particular date. Hope you can see. This enter button is to join the class held via online. We will come back to it shortly in detail. Before winding up the dashboard discussion, I would like to point out a very important stuff which should be taken care by you seriously. That is, on the left side menu, under my profile block, you will find a link named Student Personal Details. Just click to get inside to see the details filled about you. These are the information provided by you initially at the time of your registration, and whatever details shown here needs to be accurate. You can go through every detail by simply scrolling the page further down. If in case you find anything missing or incorrect, you are advised to get it corrected by the concerned person of the institute at the earliest. One more important thing I would like to mention here, and that is under the My Profile menu, you will find a link called Change Password. Kindly change the default password by using this link. So students, this is all about the options available directly on your ERP dashboard. Hope the explanation is quite clear to you all. Nevertheless, if at any point you are stuck to understand it, then need not worry. Just listen to the explanation video again until things are clear to you, as it's not a rocket science at all. Fine. Now, we will look into some of the specific areas where information and resources can be gathered. Since the whole ERP system is always maintained under a software development cycle, many more features may be added or existing ones may be modified to make it user-friendly. So, expect changes now and then on your portal. Now, it's the time to discuss about the information and resources which are made available on the dashboard via tiles. The number of tiles may be varied to comply with the rules and regulations of your institute. Before I begin, I would like to point out some terminologies used in the ERP system. The first one is the program. Program is the one in which you take admission for. For example, BSc Agriculture, MSc Microbiology, MSc IT, etc. The next one is the courses. Courses are the subjects you are actually taught in your classes. For example, Fundamentals of Agronomy, Molecular Biology, Database Concepts, etc. Hope you have got the idea about terminologies. Most important tiles will be explored here in this video. We will start with the attendance tile. Give a single click to explore it. Once you enter the attendance statistics page, on the very top, calendar of the current month is set to be shown by default. Each day's classes are mentioned in it, as you can see. One of the most important information to be noted from this calendar is that it shows your each period's attendance status, whether you were absent or present in a particular class held. You should be aware of the status yourself by looking at it. Here, the PR in green text indicates that you were present, and AB in red text indicates absent. Further down, you can see individual course-wise attendance from course starting month to its ending month. The next section covers your attendance statistics in a more detailed way, followed by another section where overall attendance is calculated and displayed for your knowledge. In this same section, you can see the grand total of your attendance in the form of total classes that were actually held, number of classes you were present, number of classes you were absent, and finally the grand total in percentage. You are advised to explore it in your own way. Hope you have understood all. Click on the dashboard link to go back to your dashboard. The next tile will be the academic resources tile. Just click this tile to enter. Once you enter, you can see two sections. The top section is a filter section and the below section is a search result section. In the filter pane, you can apply various filters to narrow down the result. It helps you find out resources in an easy way. For example, filter by type, filter by type and program, filter by type and program and course, filter by type and program and course and faculty whose notes you want to access. Got it? Also, a search box given here can be used for finding things out. In the results section below, in the title header, every title name is a link to open that particular resource on your device at any time you need. Here also, I suggest you to explore it for your own understanding. Now, let's go back to the dashboard to tackle the other tile. Now, let's dive into the Report Center tile. This section is nothing but the grouping of all the important and related reports useful to you under separate categories. As you can see here, two categories are displayed as of now for the demo purpose only. On the end of every category row, you can see a summary of total reports a particular category contains. Click on the category to expand. Each report is displayed with its description, which conveys the purpose of the report. As a general information, I would like to put into your knowledge that the number of categories and the reports it contains will be varying as per the rules and regulations of the institute. Inside this window, a search box is also provided to find the required report immediately using keywords. Every report inside a category can be accessed by clicking the View button provided at the end of each report. Let me open both the reports shown here. One important information I would like to share with you is that the way the report is shown is directly based on the nature of the report you may select to view. So, kindly explore every report yourself to get the feel of it. Many of the report's results can also be saved as a local copy on your device, right? Now, let's go back to our dashboard again to tackle the other tiles. Now, we will tackle the timetable Tile. When you click to go inside to see the details, the timetable of the current week is displayed. At the topmost side, you can see a date picker, using which timetable of previous weeks and upcoming weeks can be accessed. Now, if we talk about how the timetable is set to display, the top horizontal row contains weekdays with its date. At the same time, the leftmost column is set to show periods and class timings. As you can see here, every cell conveys some sort of useful information. Each cell indicates a period of a particular day, which comprises of name of the subject, type of the subject, and subject code, along with name of the faculty who is going to conduct the particular class. Besides this information, your attendance status is also set to be displayed of those classes whose attendance has been updated. It conveys whether you were present or absent in that class in different colors to draw your attention. You can scroll down further to see the entire information. If you look at the topmost area, it also conveys total number of lectures to be held in a given week, along with total number of theory and practical lectures to be held are shown here. Dear students, the timetable of your class is a crucial component, so you are strongly recommended to keep an eye on it regularly to update yourself with the current information. I hope you are getting the points. Let's go back to our dashboard and visit another header. Now, I am going to discuss the OPAC Tile. Click the OPAC Tile to get inside. OPAC basically stands for Open Public Access Catalog. This is used to search the resources available in the library of the institute. The OPAC portal is designed in compliance with the general requirements in mind. This portal assists you to fetch many information related to library without physically visiting the library. In the given portal, I would like to show some demonstration. Suppose you wanted to search out for a book title and to see that whether the book title is in the library and its current availability. For example, whether the given book can be issued or not. For that, in the search box given here, I choose book from the select type drop-down box from the other items type. Then, from the select library box, I choose name of the library. In the title box, type the book title. You can either provide full title or some of its relevant title texts. For example, here I am giving relevant title text and not the entire title name. Now, let's search for Java. Type the text here and click the search refresh button to see the result. Alright, here you can see all the titles which contain the name Java. Now, I am searching by using publisher name. Let's see all the books published by Pearson which are accessioned in our library. Now, in the publisher search box, type Pearson and click on the search refresh button. You will see all the books based on that criteria. You can even see here total number of books under a given search criteria in the search result. One thing is to be noted down here. At the last column named status, you can see that whether the title is currently available to get issued from the library. So students, it's time to go to the library and grab the book. Again, I suggest you to use this feature to help yourself. You can even find out the resource using accession number, author, keyword, and year of publication besides title and publisher, which I have used here for the demonstration. Right. Now students, let's go back to our dashboard and tackle another tile. Now, I am going to discuss about the P details tile. Inside this tile, all your P related information are shown for your clarity. It is basically structured in 3 different categories. The first one is P statement under every financial year, as you can see here. The second one is individual payment details, which are made on different dates, and finally is the summary section. Besides these 3 categories, you can even make the payment from this portal itself. Under the very bottom section, inside the amount box, type the amount to be paid and then click on the Pay Fee button given next to the box to initiate the payment process. The rest of the transaction process will be managed by the respective banks. Now, as you can see here, in this demonstration, you can take out every individual and yearly made payment receipt. Let's see how. To generate the receipt, at the end of every payment entry, inside the print header, a view statement link is given. Click on that link to open up the respective receipt. The receipt will open up in another window. Now, click on the print button above as shown here and then click export to have your copy on your device in PDF format. So students, you are advised to visit this section to know all about your payments and fee related details time to time. Now, let's go back to our dashboard to tackle another tile. Next, I am going to tackle the marksheet tile. Once you enter, you will immediately get to know the purpose of this particular section. Even though it is quite easy to understand, still I would like to guide you. This interface facilitates you to see your score you gain in each subject semester-wise or year-wise examination. As you can see, your program name is shown here by default. Since it doesn't have any branches, it is also set to not applicable automatically. Now, what you have to do is from the select semester or year drop-down box, select the particular semester or year whose mark sheet you want to see. Here, I am selecting semester 3 from the list and clicking on View button to see the information. In the My Marksheet section, each row indicates the subjects you had been taught in the selected semester or year. Each subject row explains the examination related information like the marks obtained out of the maximum marks or whether you have any back paper in that particular subject. Besides, whatever you are able to see here, you are provided with one more information which seemingly is quite useful to you. As you can see here, every subject is a link on its own which is supposed to reveal something more. Let me show you by clicking on one of the subject names. Now, let me brief you what you see here. It's simply a performance analysis graph in which you can find where you are standing among the class for the selected course. What I mean to say is, it conveys a comparison between you and other class fellows. Here, you are indicated by the blue colored bar along with your score. The highest performer is indicated by the yellow colored bar with the score. And class average is shown in brown colored bar. As soon as you view this graph, you will be able to immediately know your performance, that whether you are the highest scorer or whether you are an average student or a below average one. This will surely make an impact on you, either to maintain your present position in the class or to work hard. In this way, details of each subject can be found out. Students, hope you have understood the details. Now, let's go back to our dashboard. So students, let me click on the message corner tile to take you inside. Before exploring it, let me brief you that this section shows every short or long messages sent to you by your course teacher or from the department itself or any other official. Let me tell you briefly about it before exploring further. As you can see here in this demonstration, I have shown you 3 messages intentionally. By looking at it, you can find the date and time on which the message was originally sent, the name of the sender, and finally the subject. As you can see here, every row indicates a message with a view link at the end of it to view the message content. Let me click on the view link of a message to show you how you will be able to see the actual message content. Students, a search box is also provided to find out a particular message you may be looking into. I hope it is so easy to understand, right? Let's move back to our dashboard again. On the message tile itself, after the name, a number is provided within a square bracket. Here, it is 0, which indicates you have no any unread messages currently. Hope you all have enjoyed and understood the explanation about the tiles. We have taken up all the currently provided tiles one by one. Also, I advise you to look at each of these by yourself to be aware of the information each tile is providing. As I have promised you when we were discussing about the dashboard initially, that we would come back and discuss about lectures conducted via online. So students, be attentive, okay? On your dashboard, in the below section, there is a section called Today's Lectures. I have already given a brief about this section earlier. This section comprises of lectures of a particular day. By default, it shows lectures of the current day. At the end of each row, an enter button is provided. By clicking on it, you will be taken into the class page. Let's get inside by clicking one of these buttons. Once you are inside, the class page is displayed before you, which consists of resources and activities, which are basically a part of that class. You can see here while I am scrolling down. On the very top, your program and course name is shown. This class page is mainly divided into two sections called Resource Area and Activity Area. The resource area is categorized by their type. All the resources are shown here in red colored bars. So, the first 4 red bars are indicating resources shared by the course faculty. In the notes section, all the notes relevant to the class are available here. As you can see here, there are 3 notes posted by the faculty. To view it, a view button is provided with each of the respective notes. The next category is for audio lecture. This section is for providing you resources in the form of audio only. Little bit down, you can see a section called Video Lecture. Here, one video resource has been posted by the faculty, which you can play by just clicking on it. The video lecture can be maximized to view it on full screen mode. Next one is a section called Online References. It could contain any resource available on the internet. It may be a video link or simply a link to a web page given by your course faculty for your reference to gain further knowledge. Now the next section comprises of class activities, which are mainly divided into 3 categories with a blue colored bar. They are class tests, assignments, and virtual class. As you can see here in the class test, a test for the demonstration is provided so that I can show you some of its basics, and at the same time you can have a feel of it. In the test posted here, the important information to be noted down are test duration, which takes into consideration when you start attempting the test, start time and end time, which indicates validity of the test. Now, to start attempting the test, click on the attempt link given at the end of the row. Now, let's start attempting the test by clicking on the link. The test is open before you. Hope you are able to see. Let's understand about the information provided here on this page. The test, which belongs to the subject, is shown here. This test contains 4 questions in total. How many questions you have attempted by now? The type of the test in this case is objective in nature. In the next area, the serial number of the question itself, the related options, and finally, maximum marks of this question are displayed. In the below area, you can see all the control buttons to navigate the test, and at the end, you can also see submit and quit button to finalize the test at your end. After which, test won't be opened even if the time is left. Do remember it. Now, I would like to draw your attention on the class test bar. At the end of that bar, a tiny refresh button is given. This is mainly placed to update this particular section when you are being inside the class page. Kindly remember this point. Students, you may find this tiny refresh button on other sections also. Now, you are aware of its purpose, right? The next activity section is for assignments given to you by your class teacher. In the assignments given here, under the task column, click on the Click to View link in order to see the assignment posted. Once you completed the assignment, it should be uploaded. In order to upload your completed assignment, click on the Upload Assignment link under the Upload Sheet column. In the upcoming pop-up window, type the description about the assignment, and by clicking the Choose File button, upload your file and save the record. So students, finally we are going to tackle virtual class section. As you can see here, inside the virtual class section, a session is set up by your faculty. Besides the basic information shown here, you can see a Join Virtual Class button and a View Recording button. View Recording button is provided in order to see the recorded lecture of this particular class later on. Students, keep in mind that activating recording of the class is done by the course faculty only. Now, click on the Join Virtual Class button to be a part of this class. Now listen carefully students. You will be prompted with a dialog box with two options. First one is a microphone. By using this option, you are going to join the class in interactive mode. It means you are able to talk with your course teacher for your queries as well as listening to the lectures also. Now, the second option, which is listen only mode, you are going to join the class in a listening only mode. For interactivity purpose, the virtual class has features like chat with the faculty privately, raising the hand option, talking to faculty, and even sharing your own webcam or your own device screen if permitted. It is up to the course teacher that what level of interactivities are permitted inside the virtual classroom. So, preferably go with the microphone mode. Now, click on the microphone mode button and it will start a self-test to verify the working of your device's microphone. At this stage, you are supposed to speak some words in front of your device. Instantly, you will be echoed back with those words. If you are able to hear the echo, click on the Yes button to continue in fully interactive mode. Otherwise, click No to be just a part of the class. Here, let me click on the Yes button to continue. Now, students, with these steps, you have finally joined the class. A very important information I would like to share with you. For attending the virtual class, your internet browser, which may be either Chrome or Firefox, should be latest and greatest. That is, the browser should be an updated version. Otherwise, you may have to face some sort of technical glitch while using the virtual class. Let us now discuss all the tips and bits of the interface shown here. Before beginning, an important point I would like to share, that is, the user interface will be varying according to your device screen size. But every option which are going to be discussed here is quite similar. This window is structured in 3 different sections, or we can call these as panes. The leftmost pane contains the students who have joined the class along with your course teacher's name. In this demonstration, you can see 2 persons, a student and a faculty. Right next to this pane is a public chat section in which you and other participants can chat. The chat will be visible to all the members inside the class, including your class teacher. Right next to this section is a presentation pane. This is larger and very important section where you can see the presentation or file or video used by your class teacher for the discussion inside the class. This section is purely managed by the course teacher only, or the one who is the presenter in this session. Students, you can maximize this presentation window for the best view using the maximize button as given here inside the presentation pane. Now, let us explore each pane in detail. Let me start with the leftmost pane. This pane is called user list pane because all the participants in a particular virtual class is displayed here. The name of the faculty is always shown just below your name so that you can identify the course faculty easily. Now, if you want to chat privately with your faculty, click once on the faculty name and choose the option which says Start a Private Chat. This replaces Public Chat section with Private Chat section. In the User List pane, on the top side, you can switch back to Public Chat facility by clicking on the Public Chat option. See, now you are in Public Chat section. In this pane, you can see an option called Shared Notes. This is for sharing long, text-only content between the faculty and other students. You can even keep a copy of this shared content on your device by coming over the Shared Notes area and on its top side, click the double arrowed button as I am showing here. As soon as this button is clicked, an import-export pop-up will be opened in front of you and then select the file format from the given list to save your local copy in the selected format. Now, let's move on to the chat section. Basically, this is a public chat section until and unless you choose to chat with faculty privately, as I have just shown you while discussing user list pane. Remember students, in this pane, at its bottom side, a small input box is provided for you to type text message, and right next to this box a blue circled button is provided in order to send the typed message. Remember that whatever chat messages sent in this section is visible to everyone. This section is quite useful when talking in the class is not permitted. Let me show you one more useful stuff. The user list pane and public chat pane can be set to be hidden together by clicking on this left arrow button as I am showing here. Now, the right facing arrow button is used to restore the user list and public chat section as it can be seen here. Let us now click the right facing arrow button. You will have user list pane restored. Now click on this public chat option to restore the public chat pane. Let me show you once again. Just have a look at it. Clicking on the left pointing button, you will have panes hidden. Now clicking on the right pointing button, you will have user list pane restored. Then click on the public chat option to restore the public chat section also. In this way, by hiding these two panes, you will have much larger presentation area which helps you to focus on the main content. Hope you got the idea. Now it's time to discuss about the presentation pane. Let me first hide the public chat pane. Besides the presentation file uploaded here by the course teacher, there are some options to be taken care of. These options may come useful when you attend virtual classes. So let me begin. Students, if you feel bored by listening to all these technical explanations, I suggest that it's time to go and get a coffee for yourself and join back with full of attention. Okay? Now, kindly listen to this very carefully. On this particular pane, at its top middle side, you will be able to see your faculty name. Just beside this, a small indicator is given which indicates whether this session is being recorded or not. If it is being recorded, you will see a timer with a red indication in the middle of this button. At its bottom midsection, you will see two buttons in which the first one enables or disables your ability to talk inside the class. The second option is to enable or disable your webcam. But remember one thing, as I have already pointed out, that level of interactions inside a virtual class is controlled by the course teacher. So, working of these two buttons is according to what you are permitted. What I mean to say is, if you are not permitted using your microphone or webcam inside the class by the faculty, these two buttons won't be working. Now, at the bottom right corner, raise hand button is given. Its working is as follows. Give a single click on it to raise your hand in the class to draw the attention of the faculty. Once your concern is over inside the class, you click this button again to lower your hand. Using this option, the faculty is immediately informed that the student who clicked this option needs attention. You can have a local copy of the presentation or the file which is being shared if allowed to do so. It is again decided by the faculty. If it is allowed, you can see a tiny downward facing arrow on the file itself, as I am showing you here. Students, if in any case you want to leave out from the meeting, go over the option button as I am showing here and select the leave meeting option from the fly menu. Finally, click OK button to confirm and leave the session. Now, we have thoroughly discussed all the tips and bits of the virtual class, and you will get to know more of it when you actually use it. Students, it's time to cover all the useful quick links on the dashboard. The location of the quick links will be varying according to the device screen size. As for the demonstration, I am using a desktop computer. Quick links are available on the left side of the main dashboard. I would like to convey a general information. The number of category of the quick links and number of quick links itself will be varying based on user rights policy of the institute. Now, let me move on to tackle some of the important quick links. Before that, as you can see here, in each header, a number is shown to convey total number of quick links inside of it. Sometimes the number might vary. On the very top, starting with My Profile, Quick Link section begins. In the My Profile header itself, you can see two quick links, Student Personal Details and Change Password, which were already covered in our previous discussion. Next is the Academics header. Under this Academics header, there is a link called Download Syllabus. By clicking on it, you will be taken to Download Syllabus page. This is just to have a local copy of the syllabus. Next is Browse Syllabi link. Click to open it. This is a very useful page in which you will be able to know name of the program, number of courses taught under that particular program, and further, you can even know each topic inside that particular program in respective units. At the top, a filter box is provided which helps you to selectively choose a program to know the details. After Browse Syllabi, Academic Calendar link is provided within which you can get to know all the academic holidays, events, etc. predefined in the current running session. Below the academic header, you can see a virtual session header inside which a link called Join Virtual Session is provided. Click to open the page. This is mainly provided in order to join virtual meetings conducted by one of the officials like NAC coordinator with your class to discuss about general things. All virtual meetings held with you are also listed here. To join a meeting at the end of currently running meeting, which is highlighted in green color, and enter link is provided. Now just click on this enter link to join the meeting. Let me show you. As you can see here, joining the meeting is essentially the same as joining a virtual class, which we have already covered in detail earlier. So, I am not repeating here. Hope students, you got the idea. Inside the next header, which is called circular or notices, you are able to access all the previous search records whenever you may need to see. Inside this page, you can search out notices or circulars sent to you on or between particular date range, and also the search could be based on the sender. Since this section is quite self-explanatory, I suggest you to explore it more. Our next important category is online test or examination, inside which you are provided a link called online examination to access the information page. When you are inside the page, you will get to know current day's examinations which are scheduled. As you can see here, for demonstration purpose, a single examination is created. From this particular entry, you will be able to see basic information like exam type, who created the exam, course code, course name, the effective date and time of this examination. A link to attempt the exam is given under the action column, as I am indicating. Next to this, you will be able to see a view button, which basically allows you to see your submitted answer sheet. The sheet will be accessible only after the exam timer expires. Do remember it. The same examination details will be available on your dashboard itself. Students, I mean to say dashboard is designed to show examination schedule on the current day only, right? Now, let me move on to the dashboard. So, from here also, you can attempt the examination. As I am showing you, let us try to attempt by clicking on Click to Attempt link. You must be aware of this particular interface earlier when I was discussing class test inside online class. So, avoiding the repetition, let me tackle another quick link, as these all are quite self-explanatory. Still, if you are having any doubt, kindly go to the online class video where you will find this already discussed in detail. Next important quick link I am going to cover is Enter Feedback, which is available inside feedback header. Students, keep in mind that the feedback provided by you is quite invaluable to us to improve the way things are managed for you. So, whenever there is a feedback request raised, this is your sole duty to respond it consciously and timely. Now, click on the Enter Feedback link to get into Feedback Response page. Here, in the portal, purposefully, I have set a feedback for this demonstration. Whatever you see here is the part of currently posted feedback. Basically, the feedback system is managed by a concerned authority in the institute. Now, let me explain some of the steps so that you can get the idea how you will be able to give feedback. Actually, each row indicates subject faculty and the subject managed by the faculty. On each row, for that combination, you are requested to give feedback. Just have a look at the first row as I am showing here. This demo faculty, and inside the bracket is the subject which is handled by this faculty. Now, in the remarks column, it is written that not eligible for feedback for this particular combination. So, under the action column, it is indicated that you are not allowed. When you go little bit down, you will see a row containing another demo faculty and the subject. Under the remarks column, it is written that feedback pending. Next to it, under action column, click to continue link is provided to proceed. Now, this all may be little bit confusing, but need not worry. So, let me briefly discuss the concept. Whatever I am going to convey here truly depends on the policy decided for the student feedback system. Here, for example, a student is only allowed to provide feedback if the student meets some certain attendance percentage criteria which is applicable individually on every course studied. In this demonstration, the student in discussion is not fulfilling that criteria for some courses. So, the student is not eligible for feedback. Therefore, not allowed. If criteria is met, it is shown that feedback pending status under the remarks column. As you can see here, there are 2 courses for which criteria is met. So, in order to proceed, click on the Click to Continue link under Action tab column. Once you click that link, you will be taken on a page where you can provide your appropriate feedback. On the top of this page, you are reminded of faculty name and subject name for which you are going to give your feedback. As you can see here, you are asked 7 points to provide feedback. Read the points at first carefully and from the rating drop-down box, select what you consciously think as the best option. Under all these points, you are provided 3 separate text boxes which itself indicates what it is asking for. For example, here you can see Enter Strength text box, Enter Weakness text box and Enter Suggestion text box. You are suggested to fill all these boxes with the appropriate points. Finally, you have to click on the Save button to submit your response. Repeat this for all the rows which contain faculty and course combination wherever you are allowed to give your feedback. Once you have submitted your feedback, the status will be updated to feedback already given for the particular faculty and course combination. And also, a tick mark is given to indicate that you have successfully provided feedback. Remember that once feedback is submitted, it cannot be altered anymore. Next is the library header, within which we will tackle two important quick links, which are issue details and view ebook. I am leaving the remaining two, which are Boolean search and linear search, on you to explore yourself. The first one I am going to discuss is issue details link. This is quite important. Let's get into it. Your library related transactions are shown over here, or any sort of messages like this will also be shown here for your attention. As you can see here, this section says you have got issued 2 books on your account along with its book title and author, date of issue, its due date, over days, your registration number, and finally from which library of the institute the book has been issued. Out of these, the over days column is very important. Do not exceed permitted days for which you are allowed to keep the book with you. For each book, the number of days you can keep with you is clearly shown under the over days column itself. So, students, keep an eye on your time-to-time library-related transactions to save yourself from giving any sort of fine. Hope it is clear to you. So, let us tackle another link. Now, it's time to tackle View eBooks link. Let's move inside by clicking on the link. This is quite an interesting feature provided to you students to inculcate reading habits in you. Okay. Under this link, you will see an interface which contains so many book titles. Also, there is a provision to search books by specific category or by using author name, title, publication, etc. Let me share with you one important point. The number of books available in a specific category will be varying as we store books into this ebook repository whenever books are collected from resources like internet. So, expect more titles time to time, right? Let me show you how we can search out books in a specific category. In the select category box, as I am showing here, click inside the box where you will be able to see the categories already made available, out of which click on the one you are interested in. For example, here I am clicking on Botany category. As soon as you selected the category, you will be able to see the titles available in that particular category. You can scroll down more to see all the titles. Within the same window, besides title, publication and author can also be viewed. Now, in order to view a book, simply click on the book title once, as these are also the link to the resource. Let me click on a random one. The book will open in front of you in a very aesthetic interface. This has got all the basic controls required for an ebook reader. For example, flipping the page forward and backward. Option for jumping to a particular page number, like I am showing here. Then thumbnail view by clicking on the thumbnails button. Page zoom in and zoom out by clicking on the zoom button, etc. A search box to find specific words inside a box, etc. My dear students, this interface provides such an experience where reading a book makes it enjoyable wherever you are. Now it's your turn to explore more out of it. So let's go back to our dashboard once again. The next quick link is called Complaints, which is positioned at the bottom of the list, as you can see here. When you click on it, you will be able to see an option link called Lodge Grievances. Click to get inside it. Inside the resulting page, choose General option from the Select Grievance Type drop-down box. And in the next text box, type your grievance which you wanted to share. Once you have typed, click on the Submit button. This interface also shows the grievances already raised by you and its status, whether it is closed or still pending, etc. Let me tell you that such grievances are taken care of by an authorized personnel in the institute who may follow you till your specified grievance is resolved. So students, we have covered each and every feature available in your ERP login in a very detailed manner. I suggest you to watch this video twice or thrice or whenever needed to understand it fully. Besides these, if you have any further queries, you are suggested to connect with the ERP cell of the institute, which is typically the Department of Technology. Understood, students? Wish you all the very best for your bright future. Thank you.